A very fine day, everyone. My name is Anna and welcome to Cactus Caffeine. In this channel, I share with you my passion for growing cactus and other desert plants in a desert environment over a cup of coffee. In this video, I am going to be talking about the different ways on how you can propagate your cactus. These are the different methods that I have tried myself. The very first method that I want to talk about is propagating through offsets or through pops. For me, this is the easiest and the fastest way of propagating your cactus. Some of the pops would form from the bottom like this one, and if it does that, usually it will form roots on its own and eventually will detach from the mother plant. This, by the way, is an Echinopsis and it has a beautiful flower for today. This is an Echinopsis rainbow burst. Echinopsis usually are very generous in giving offsets or pops. So if you want a cactus that multiplies fast, choose an Echinopsis. This is another Echinopsis. Sometimes the pops would form on top of the plant like this one. So this is also very easy to propagate. All you need to do is choose an offset that is big enough and simply detach it from the mother plant. Say this offset right here, just give it a twist and it will detach easily from the mother plant. After you detach the pop from the mother plant, you can leave this out for a few days just to let the wound heal or form a callus over it. So give it maybe a couple of days up to a week, and then you can plant this on top of the soil. So simply put it on top of a soil. So you just put this in a bright shaded area, mist it every now and then until you are confident that roots have formed, and then you can water it normally as you would your established cactus plants. This is an Echinus cereus that also formed a pop on its side. So the process is the same, just simply twist it until you detach it from the mother plant. Set this aside for a few days, up to a week or more, just until you see the bottom heal or form a callus on top on it, and then you can plant this on soil. Another way to propagate a cactus is through cuttings. This is an Opuntia ficus indica. So to propagate Opuntia, you simply have to detach a pad. So make a cut right where the pads join each other, like right here. Cut it here and then let this pad callus again for a few days, and then you can pot it straight in soil. Here is an Opuntia pad that I planted in here as a cutting a few months ago, and I am sure this has already rooted because look, I can lift the cactus and it doesn't come off its pot. So this is how you know that your pad has already rooted. Propagation through cuttings can also be used on cactus that just keeps getting taller and won't produce any offsets or pops. This is my lobivia that I've had for several years, and every year it just kept growing taller that eventually the pot kept tipping over. So I decided to cut the top off, and after letting it callus, I planted the top separately, so that one is still rooting. But this is after a month. So after 1 month of cutting the top off, look, it produced 3 pops already, and oh, that is a flower bud. And this, by the way, on top, that's cinnamon powder that you see. I use cinnamon to prevent fungus from growing here on top. So this is one way you can propagate your cactus that just won't give you any offset or pops. This is a Trichocereus pot. Originally, there were 3 columns in this pot. So there's one there, another one right here, and the third one is right there. The top was cut off, and after the top has been cut off, look at how many pops it produced. So I just keep removing them, and then every year new pops keep forming. This one right here broke off by accident, and look what happened after the top broke off. It just produced more pops on it. This is a Mexican fence post, and I did the cutting method also to propagate this. This smallest column is actually a pop. So it grew after I cut off the main column right here. So I chopped off the top, rooted it and planted it separately, and after I cut off the top, this pop grew out of that main column. The same method of propagating cactus through cuttings is also done for epiphytic cactus such as the Christmas cactus, your Easter cactus, or Thanksgiving cactus. The third way on how you can propagate your cactus is the cheapest but also the slowest way of propagating them, and that is by sowing cactus seeds. You can either buy cactus seeds, or if you are lucky, your cactus flowers gets pollinated and then eventually they will form fruits. These are fruits, and these are filled with seeds inside. This is another fruit. Those are cactus fruits. And this is also a cactus fruit. All you need to do is simply remove one of the fruits. These are all seeds from that one fruit. So if you want to know how to sow cactus from seeds, go ahead and check out my How to Grow Cactus from Seeds video. Another way to propagate a cactus is by grafting. Now, I found this out that some cactus are really difficult to root on their own. For example, is this Rebutia hiliosa. I've tried many times to root these pops, and unfortunately none of them made it. So I found out that this Rebutia hiliosa specifically is very hard to root on its own. So the only successful way that I've propagated this so far is by grafting. So this is one graft, that's another graft. Another cactus that is difficult to root on its own is this Plosphalia lilliputana. So I made a video on how I grafted some cactus. So simply remove one of these pops and graft it on another. And if you graft a cactus, it actually grows faster and it produces more pops faster than if it is growing in its own roots. Another unconventional and non-popular way of propagating a cactus is through coring or hot nailing. I have not tried coring a cactus, but I did try hot nailing a cactus. The top of your cactus is the growing point. So this is the meristem or the apical meristem, and that is responsible for the cactus growth. It makes your cactus grow taller and wider. If for some reason the apical meristem is damaged, whether naturally or unnaturally, the cactus will stop growing taller. Instead, what will happen is your cactus will form pops around it. Sometimes some growers would intentionally damage the meristem in order to encourage formation of pops. So this is done either through coring or hot nailing. Basically, the two methods will produce the same results. Coring is when you drive or you stick a drill on top of the cactus and you drill into it to damage the meristem, and this will encourage it to form pops eventually. I have done hot nailing under the supervision of a veteran grower, Rob Roy. So I have a video on that when we hot nailed this golden barrel 3 years ago. So 3 years after, this is now the result from a single golden barrel right there. After 3 years, I now have 4 pops growing on top of it. So this is the result of a hot nailed cactus. It is up to you if you want to remove the pops and plant them separately, but I think I will keep this as is and let it grow as a clump like this. Sometimes the damage to the meristem happens naturally, for instance, when pests attack the tip of your cactus. Or like in this case, this cactus developed some, I don't know if it's fungal or bacterial infection, but anyway, it healed itself, and after that happened, pops start forming on the sides of this cactus. Alright, we've now come to the end of this video. Like I said, those are the different ways of propagating your cactus that you can do yourself in your own backyard, and these are the ways that I have tried myself. I'm sure there are a lot more ways on how you can propagate a cactus, one of which that I can think of is through tissue culture. But that has to be done in a laboratory and it is very complicated. Now, if you have other ways that you know of propagating cactus that I haven't discussed in this video, feel free to leave it in the comment down below so we can all learn from each other. Until next time, I'll talk to you again, guys. Bye everyone, and cheers!